Hey guys.
Check complete. Let's head over to the bar.
Yes. So we're back again, live and direct on the stream with the chat. My name is Andrew, a rapping Drew. I am joined by my compadres, Mace and Toast. They're happy, but they don't seem happy. Backstage, they were a little bit coy. I don't know why, but points is 3 points, I guess, man. But how you guys doing, man?
Good.
Been better, man. But hey, man, it's good to be in the W hotel. But I've been better.
You've been better. All right, say less, man. For me, I'm good, man. 3 points is 3 points, man. Me, I don't care. But we'll discuss that all later. Obviously, some housekeeping. Like, subscribe, and follow us on all socials if you haven't done already. If you are in the chat, whatever, if you're watching this, share this around. Obviously, spread the word. And yeah, man. Let's see where we can get with this, man. But yeah. Anything else before we start? Before we dive in?
Nothing. I'm just dying of the chat already. But
Let's get with the shits, man, as you said.
Let's get with the shit, bro.
Let's get with the shits, man. Let's start with obviously the game of the weekend. Arsenal grinding out a result at Old Trafford. A 1-0 win from the Gooners, courtesy to a corner kick, which is basically like a penalty for them. Stuck it out. We saw a resurgent United with new names, not new tactics we've seen from last season, but it's looking like the full preseason looked like it's worked. Full week of training, 1 week FC nowadays, United, you get me? So let's talk about, let me go to you, Toast, actually. Prior to this game, what was you expecting?
Oh, man. I had no reservations about Arsenal leaving OT with a victory. And that's with all respect to Man United, obviously. I think the last couple of seasons we've played United both home and away. The games have gone quite similarly. We usually always win by a narrow margin, but we usually dictate the game for the most part. And that's obviously just because United are very much in this transition period and Arsenal are very much in a championship window. So having essentially 3 new attackers in 3 key positions, I didn't really expect too much to change. Like I discussed on the podcast we did earlier in the week, I still have a lot of concerns about United's back 5. To be honest, and the back 5, including the goalkeeper, kind of settled the game. So, I mean, I kind of feel as if I was very much justified in what I said about Man United. Huge credit to obviously their attackers, their new boys looked very, very good. I think Cunha and Boomer are going to have a great season. I think Sesko will fit in just fine. I know it was only a cameo, but I was more shocked at how disappointing Arsenal were, man. We got outplayed in the game on every kind of metric you want to look at, whether that's passes, possession, shots on target, shots on goal, clear chances. We were by far
even with a striker, even with an actual striker that you guys said,
even with a striker, like it's odd. It's very odd, and I'm sure we'll kind of get into it a little bit later in the day. But I mean, yeah, we were lucky for sure. We were lucky, but at the same time, it's better to be lucky than good at the same time, man. So we didn't lose, and I think the fan base would have been a meltdown had we lost. So it's also important to take the positives from what actually proved to be a very difficult game.
Before we go to Shalom to hear his takes, man, shout out to the chat once again. Couple minutes in and they're already going ham. Path, Wesley, Prez again, Stephen, Tabo, shout out you guys again. If Arsenal fail to win anything again, boy, Capitals again. Press moving like we didn't say. Can Arteta stay? Other question. Shalom, man. What are your views of the game?
I largely agree with Toast. I didn't think we played well, but it's better to be lucky than good, as Toast has pointed out. For me, I don't remember or recall any time we've gone to United, away to United, and we played exceedingly well. It just hasn't happened from my memory. So this game doesn't really stand out, to be honest with you. So taking 3 points is more important. I think this game was more of a two-side coin because it's I know United lost, but it suited both sides. So Arsenal needed the points, and United needed to show that they were back in playing well. So really and truly, that's kind of my major takeaway from this game. Okay, United are back and they're playing better, and Arsenal took the 3 points. That's it, really.
Okay, so let's highlight a few things about your team. A few things. First of all, were you surprised that Timber didn't start over Ben White? Was that
No.
Yeah? Was that fair?
Yeah, Timber just came out of surgery during the preseason, so he's working his way back in. Ben is quite fit. It's fitter than Timber, so that made more sense, to be honest. I'm not sure what Toast thinks.
Ben White was running like he was carrying a groin injury, bro. I don't know about you, man. I weren't happy with his performance at all, man. There was a period in the game where I think Cunha just through the middle just put the burners on him, man. And in that moment in time, in such a dangerous position of the game, taking like a team foul, bro. Like he's just running around doing nothing, bro. So, and then obviously when Timber did come on, showed a lot of composure, a lot of good touches. So, yeah, man. Obviously, for me, like as presently constructed, like Timber's my starting right back, man. And I'm not just saying that based on this game. I was shocked to see Ben White start. Someone asked me the same question midweek, and I was certain Timber was going to start. So I was very, very surprised to see Ben White in the starting lineup.
Okay, and then some of the new boys, man. Which one of the new boys played? Norgard didn't play, but Zubimendi played.
Zubimendi played.
So let's talk about Zubimendi first. What did you guys make of Zubimendi's performance?
It was okay. He didn't light up the game. I think no one apart from, in my opinion, Gabriel was played the best, and obviously Raya. Those were the two standout players for me. But everyone were subpar, to be honest. Even Saka, who's usually our Mr. Go-To, didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go to the chat. Let me go to the chat. Obviously, Gerald saying United could really cook with their front three if they get it right. I was a bit disappointed with Sesko's cameo, to be fair, but we'll touch on that later. It's always a big game because of the history of it before 300 million spent in one window days. Yeah. Ben White is cooked. Tabo saying Arsenal got exposed out wide. A better team would have capitalized. I agree, to be honest. I thought Arsenal were food today, to be honest. Tabs was talking about we beat United at their ceiling and we were shit. Who decided this was United's ceiling? Do you guys think this was United's peak?
Disagree, man.
They're going to need to make more signings before I render a judgment. If it is what it is, if this is the team, then it's going to be one game United, and possibly this is their peak if they don't make any more signings in. But we haven't yet seen the three cook. So I want to see the Cunha, Sesko, and Remo kick. Then we can now render more of a judgment. Yeah, that midfield doesn't move me at all. So
yeah, we'll touch on that. People are saying Gyokeres didn't play, but I saw him start from minute 1 till minute 59. Got dragged before the hour mark. What did you guys make of Victor Gyokeres? Obviously, he came in as the big nine, the bagsman. Scored a lot of goals in Portugal. Also in the Champions League, he was pretty prolific for Sporting Lisbon. Obviously, you guys have been saying this is the type of striker that you guys been missing to put the ball in the back of the net. You don't need him to be a baller necessarily, just be in the box and finish the dinner off. What did you guys make of him today? You could say it was like his real big test today.
You know what?
Against good defenders. What did you make of him?
I'll cook this one off. I'll start this one off, obviously, because I've been on wax saying that Gyokeres is gonna be like a 20-goal man. He didn't play well today. I didn't think he had a good game at all. But why I'm not concerned is he didn't have an opportunity to show what I expected of him to do. Do you know what I mean? Like, I remember when Emery came to Aston Villa, he basically said to Watkins, my brother, stop running in the channels, bro. I don't need you to do all of this extra stuff. What I need you to do is be in and around the box. And we saw how his goal contribution started to go up. He was more of a consistent striker. So for me, yeah, Matt De Ligt had the better of him today. I agree. They had maybe like 6 or 7 tussles. I'd say De Ligt maybe won 5-2, 6-1 maybe. And I'm okay with that because that's not really what I need him to be doing. I don't need you to be tussling. Now, if there was a chance on a plate, a half chance maybe, that he didn't take, I'd be having a different conversation and I'd be a little bit nervous. But in terms of what I'm expecting him to do, which is basically have good striker's instincts and be in and around the box and score goals when presented to you, I don't think he even had a shot. And I don't even think he had an opportunity to have a half chance, should I say.
I mean, he had one opportunity in the second half when you guys were on a break and he was fighting with the ball. I was like, brother, I've seen it.
That's fair. That's fair. And you know what?
And that's what I mean. Like strikers, like good strikers, they can create a chance out of that. You know what I mean? Whereas it seems with him,
you know what, Andy?
Go on.
I feel like he looks like a man that had half of a preseason. Like I know he played some of our preseason games, but he didn't look sharp to me. The touches, I was like, interesting. That's like during the game. I was not seeing what I was expecting to see. But I'm not gonna judge him off one game. Do I think it was a bit harsh for him to get taken off at 59 minutes? I think so, because if we had got maybe one chance up until the 70th, 80th minute and he put it away, we're talking about his debut completely different, in my opinion, because like I said, we brought him here to score goals. So for me, giving him 59 minutes and then letting Kai Havertz come on, who, as per, just ran around doing nothing, new look like Kai Havertz, put on 10 kg Kai Havertz. Like, I didn't see any difference.
He's Kai Havertz.
So for me, I just feel as if I would have liked to have seen Arteta give him a few more minutes in that game, give him a chance to have like scored another goal, give us a cushion in the game. But yeah, objectively, he wasn't great.
So where do we go from here, Gooners? Because you still got the 3 points. You didn't play too well, but like Shalom mentioned that, Old Trafford, you usually don't really play well and still come away with it. And today has been the same thing. I think, what's the United's record at home on opening day? I think they got a mad record, right? That they don't really lose their opening day fixtures at their ground. So you've beaten that as well. So to me, there's nothing necessarily to be concerned about, right? Know what I mean? Like at this stage of the season, no one is really 100% fit. No one is really, just get your 3 points and be going, man.
I mean this respectfully, and I don't want to act like I'm just saying it because we won, but I am genuinely glad that I don't have to see Mbeumo or Cunha again until later in the season, man, because I was concerned that because the tactic that Man United play, they wouldn't be able to do what they usually do. Cunha loves to get the ball on a half turn for Wolves and drive through the middle. That's what he done today. And Mbeumo loves to pick the ball up on the right-hand side and cut in, take shots. And based on the tactic that United play and the positions that they were in, because I believe Mason Mount was the false 9, I didn't think they would be able to kind of, have the impact that we saw at Wolves and Brentford immediately. But they were cooking, man. And on another day, they probably could have got a couple of goal involvements, man. So, like, I think United fans can definitely be happy with, like, the debut for both of them, for sure, man. Like, they were threatening all game.
Yeah, shout out United, man. We'll touch on United later. Let me go to the chat. Wesley saying he bagged the hat-trick, talking about Gyokeres, bagged the hat-trick against City in the Champions League last season. Man is a beast, but weak performance today, just needs to learn the system. Tabo saying he still looks like he needs to get fit. All I'm reading is excuses, man. Arsenal fans were rating Jock's ability to hold up and bring players in. If he's supposedly that guy, tussling is included, no? He's not a footballer like that. Hugo Almeida Silva in Portuguese League will let man chase his touches all day. That's funny. Let's talk about United, man, because obviously, we touched on them briefly that they were looking much better. Obviously, the attacking impetus from them looking sharp, but obviously they didn't have that clinical edge to put the ball in the net. And this is what I said yesterday about people questioning why I was like a little bit optimistic about United, because of course, you need to if you're rebuilding a squad, you need to start from defense and go forward or midfield or whatever. But for me, get the firepower up front, man. And I think it's so good that they bought Cunha and Mbeumo, Premier League proven players. I think that would help them a bunch. It would have been different if they bought like those level of players from La Liga or Serie A or something. But because they're Premier League proven, I think they will cook. And I think United will now get the required points against the smaller teams for sure, and then maybe be difficult to play against the bigger teams. So again, a top 6 finish for them is not far-fetched if they keep this level of performance going, man. So yeah, that's not really my concern with them. However, we need to talk about their new signing as well, Benjamin Sesko, who came in on like the 63rd, 65th minute.
Yeah.
Tattoos and all, looking tall and lanky and looking like he's gonna cause problems. But even him as well looked really, really anonymous, man. And obviously that was a player that Arsenal have been linked with for the past 2 seasons. What did you guys think of him and his cameo?
Similar to Gyokeres, man. I think those type of players, they thrive well when they're running after the defenders back. When you're playing against someone like Saliba and Gabriel, it's long, especially when they're touch tight. They are very aggressive strikers, and you have to be equally as good in terms of your hold-up play or just better than them. And there's one striker that I've seen better than both of them on his day, and that's Isak. Isak took them for dummies, and Sesko is not up to the quality of Isak. So that was the outcome. I think with regards to Sesko and also Gyokeres, only time will tell who got the better striker. Both teams might probably kind of win in the long run, but this game was kind of like a litmus test of welcome to the Prem. All that shit you were doing in the German league, in the Portuguese league, it's not going to run. You're going to have to up your game. So we have to wait and see. But from what I've seen today, I'm not holding my breath for both of them. They're going to have to step up big time.
I think Gyokeres at least showed some quality. There was one like long ball that came to him and the touch that he made and passed it directly. I think it was to Mbeumo or someone. I think that was a little bit of like his technique at least.
Wait, Sesko or Gyokeres?
Sesko.
Okay.
No, not Gyokeres. Sesko.
Okay.
Sesko, yeah. Gyokeres, I didn't see much from him, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
I wasn't really.
You know what? With the Sesko thing, innit? I think the jury's still out. Like for me, I'm not gonna judge him off 30 minutes in the game. My only concern with Sesko, and I know a lot of people in the VARBAR group chat were saying that, we need Sesko one, this, that. But the way I kind of look at the profile with Mbeumo, the way I look at the profile of Cunha, the way I know Bruno Fernandes to play in terms of set pieces and free kicks, I kind of feel as if it might be like an every man for himself sort of situation in that attack. Like if Sesko's expecting that these men are just going to feed him hella chances, I don't think that's the case. Like Cunha likes to shoot and Mbeumo likes to shoot. Bruno likes to shoot. So he's really going to have to kind of forge his path in the team for him to warrant all of the chances that he's going to expect. You know what I mean? He's going to play in the 9 position, and you're probably going to be looking to like the Dorgus and the Ahmeds, like putting in balls from wide for Sesko to get his touches, because Mbeumo's going to want to feast. He just scored 20 goals in the Premier League. Cunha just scored like 10 plus goals. He's going to want to eat as well. So it's going to be, it might be challenging initially for Sesko to really establish himself as the main goal getter, because all of them are capable of getting goals. So
the United system works really well from Mbeumo. That get the ball, counter, over the top, take your man, isolate your man, hit it first time. Works for Mbeumo. Cunha is a different type of player. He's a player that needs 2 players on him, because he would gun your down as if you're going 1-on-1. So he's gonna cook, I think. Toast makes a very good point. It does seem like it's every man for himself. So what are they going to do? Are they going to bring in a better Cam who can more or less assist? Or are they going to rely on Dogu and who's on the left? Or who's on the right, sorry?
Amad Diallo or...
Amad, Who I think should have started, by the way. I know we're dealing with...
He was cooking Madueke.
Bro.
He was cooking Madueke, you know. Child soldier. Mad. Talk to me about Madueke as well before we head to the chat.
Basically, we haven't learned our lesson. We're doing the Havertz 2-step. We're just giving Chelsea money for wayward players. Absolutely wayward players.
Like
Yeah,
we were under the cosh so much. I think I saw Madueke get one touch in the opposition half. Honestly, like he just defended basically the whole time
he
he came
did.
on.
I thought he was a left back, you know. Then I
What
saw
would have
Lewis
saved
Kelly
him?
behind him.
What would have saved him is if he scored that goal? But he doesn't even score. Like, how did you miss that chance?
Did he score for Chelsea? Bro, like,
Let's go to the chat. Let's go to the chat. Concerned Guna Toast. Talk us through that.
like I said, didn't it, man? Like this performance was unbecoming of a team that had title aspirations, a team that wants to keep up with Liverpool. A couple more performances like that, you'll blink, you'll be 6-7 points behind the champions, bro, and then it's done. So while you know what, if we'd played badly, but we'd created more chances from open play, I would have been a bit more optimistic. The creativity stuff is going to come back to bite us. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We got the result from a set piece. The goalkeeper had a mare. Let's keep it 100s. And you, Andy, what's your agenda with Arsenal, bro? Are you gonna tell me Saliba fouled in there? Like, let's be real now. Come on.
That was a foul, bro.
You're saying that was a foul?
100%. He was nowhere near the ball. 100%. How was that not a foul?
Amorim said it himself. The lad's got to be stronger, bro.
He's got to be stronger.
Raya had a very similar situation, and he got an early jump and he punched the ball, bro. Like, it's not as if.
You're talking about the goal,
not the Cunha one, not the Cunha.
The Cunha one, the goal, Calafiori's goal.
I'm talking about the goal, bro.
Yeah, even that was a foul, bro. That was more than a tricep. That was, bro. That's a foul.
You're basically proving Doug's point with your.
I don't care, bro.
Move on, bro.
All right. Kenneth said if Sesko can click, their front three could be one of the best in the league with Bruno behind them. Shame Sesko isn't lit. Boy, the real points are won in the mid-bottom half. Sesko definitely looked out of sorts. Name not relevant. My boy came on and got no service. Tabo said, you man didn't do this for Wirtz stinker. We haven't even touched on Liverpool yet, Tabo. Relax, bro. Relax. Take a touch. Press, but don't know if we can use that to judge his footballing ability. Sesko's 22, so hoping he can do the madness. Wesley, United fan. 4 new strikers of Ekatika, Joao Pedro, Sesko, and Gyokeres. Please judge their impacts based on game week 1 by the end of the stream and how you think they will succeed. Yes, I will definitely save this question. We'll answer that at the end of the episode. Surprised how well Cunha and Buemo looked in the system. Yeah, they look very good. My worry is that Amorim is a system coach. Sometimes we need a plan B or C, specifically last season as we struggled against low blocks. Good point.
It's funny, sorry, Drew. Amorim brought that particular point up. He said, I need to create more options while we play because I just have basically paraphrasing, but he just said, I just have one way of playing.
Is that what he said?
He did say that. He said, I made a mistake last year with certain things. With regards to this game, he said, we need to figure out more ways of playing in the Prem because this particular way obviously doesn't really work if you're just sticking to it. So whoever made that point, great point.
And Buemo was definitely a crossing winger, so Sesko likely to get some headed chances from there.
Is he?
Yeah, and Buemo kind of does both though. He gets goals, but he likes to assist.
The cutting thing. He likes the cutting, and the left foot back post,
That Madueke, Noni is dry, Toast relax. Brother, that was a penalty. Obviously, we will talk about a Calafiori goal, of course. Man, that was Arsenal United. Great way to start the Premier League season and to end the first game week as well. Loki wanted a United dub, man. I need Arsenal off the pace. You get me? I can't believe I'm saying is that I want a United dub, but yeah, it's what it is, man. Let's move on to my club then. Again, we're live. Like, subscribe, and follow us on all VARBAR podcasts if you haven't done so already. If you have done so, tell a friend to tell a friend, please. Let's start with the first game of this game week then. Liverpool versus Bournemouth. To start off this Mazzolini. Obviously, it was a bit emotional because obviously Diogo Jota passed away this summer. The ground, it was the what do you call it? The atmosphere game was a bit madness, was a bit emotional. And you saw that in the players as well. That I think mentally it's going to be a difficult season for them because I can't imagine losing like a colleague, losing like like a teammate that you've been playing with for like 3-4 seasons. And it's not even like a transfer. He just died all of a sudden. So I think we kind of need to take that into consideration as well. Like for Liverpool, it's not an excuse. I don't want to use that as excuses, whatever, but you saw like Salah and Van Dijk in post-match interview. You saw Salah at the end of the game. Bro, like it's emotional for them, man. And I hope that they're really talking to like therapists, psychologists, and getting themselves through the season, man, because boy, it's looking peak. But however, started the game week with a 4-2 win over Bournemouth. And people look, Bournemouth and Palace and them teams there, I put them in that category of if you snooze, they will touch you. Pause. But they are that kind of team. You know what I mean? We started off the game, bro. We went 2-0 up, right?
Yeah.
2-0 up. We started off the game well, 2-0 up. And then they came back 2-1. I coincide Bournemouth coming back with us taking off our fullbacks. I think that's where we kind of lost our control, so to speak, or like our control in our rest defense. Both goals that we conceded, even the goals that we conceded against Palace, all came from counters with silly mistakes happening in the middle of the pitch. So even with that, when obviously people want to come at Liverpool for our defense, we're not as good at defending anymore, we're this and that. Everything is contextual, right? It was just silly mistakes that happened. The team counters, our rest defense is nowhere to be seen. We concede a goal, but like in open play and in normal play, we defended pretty well, in my opinion. However, the 2-2, the outbreak from the second goal of Semenyo, that should never happen. That should never happen for two reasons. I think, obviously, we lose the ball. Semenyo carries the ball. They dart forward with like 5 men. So it's like 5 against 2. I think Van Dijk and Konate did pretty well for the vast majority of that to block, because there was 2 players on Semenyo's left.
I think.
Hold on. There was 2 players on Semenyo's left. Van Dijk was covering the other person on his right. So Konate had to kind of stay in the middle of that and kind of watch Semenyo, his shot, basically. When Semenyo got closer and he knew that the pass wasn't on anymore, that's where Konate should have clamped him. And he tried to do the aura thing and it flopped. And that's what kind of upset me, man. But yeah, carry on.
I was just gonna say, like, I wasn't mad at what Van Dijk did in that instance, but at some point Konate needs to engage in it. Like, I personally think that should have been Konate's man, innit? Like, I know obviously you said a team like Bournemouth, a team like Palace can touch you and whatnot, but that's the opening game of the season, and I actually think that's a sign of things to come for Liverpool in terms of you defensively. Like, we have to understand that Kerkez and Jeremy Frimpong, they're naturally attacking wingers. They're naturally attacking fullbacks. Their average position is going to be quite high up. We're going to see lots of instances where you guys might get caught on the counter. And as good as Van Dijk is, as much as I love him, Van Dijk's 34 years old now. This is not Van Dijk, 25-year-old Van Dijk, 25, 26-year-old Van Dijk you bought in what, 17, 18? This is not the same guy, do you know what I mean? And so if Konate is moving iffy, like I feel like he has been for a year, and then Van Dijk's, losing
for a year.
I
Van Dijk's moving iffy for a year.
I said
Konate. You said Konate.
Oh, Konate. Oh, sorry.
So if Van Dijk has an off year and Konate is still at Konate is still at this level, I genuinely feel as if there could be some concerns. However, that could obviously very much be alleviated by obviously Mac 10 and Gravenberch when they're in the team and obviously how well they play. But for me personally, like, everyone knows that the Entertainment FC thing is not a sustainable way to go and win another league title. Do you know what I mean? So it's like there's opportunities to get out of Liverpool this season. I think from game week 1.
The thing is, for me, like, I hear it, but at the same time, we kind of been playing like that last season as well. And I think, like, in a post-match interview when Carragher tried to stick it on Slot, and Slot just calmly explained what happened, basically. Obviously, I don't want to talk about Robertson in it, but Robertson was out of position. I think I don't even know who our right back. Endo was our right back at that particular point. So I think that was a mistake from Slot as well, putting Endo there. But then he rectified that, and then obviously the game changed again. But yeah, I think at the moment in these games, even in the preseason against AC Milan, when they gave us 4, they all came from counter attacks. You know what I mean? And I think if that's manageable, that's trainable, that's something that he could work on. But like in normal play, we don't necessarily concede chances like that. It's really like when we bomb forward and all that. But he did say himself that he's not going to change. He's going to keep doing that. It's just that the fullbacks, they need to make sure that they're patterned. And like I said, it wasn't Frimpong and Kerkez. They weren't there. So when they got off, that's when we conceded our goals. I felt like when they were on, we played pretty well. You know what I mean? So obviously that was the 2-2. And then obviously Chiesa came on for Wirtz. We will discuss Wirtz later on, but he came on for Wirtz. Sealed the 3-2. And then Salah, brilliant goal from him, man. Like I was very I had no hope, but he did the damn thing, man. And slotted it.
Brilliant goal or bad defending, by the way.
Yeah, shame on James Hill, man. Like,
No.
Letting Salah let it off with his right foot.
No. But it's the jinky, bro. It's the jinky.
Okay.
People are telling me Salah ain't got jinky. It's the jinky. Yeah. Let me go to the chat real quick. RIP to Ballers, of course. Andre Jota as well. Rest in peace. That poor result gave me COVID season vibes. If they score, we'll score more. We'll definitely do that. Ken is saying we were outgone any team 4 goals and only 1 Salah contribution is sick. I want to stop there as well because I think that's also a huge change that we kind of have been seeing in this last couple of games as well, that we don't necessarily rely on Salah for the goals and assists anymore. And I think that's kind of what we've been wanting going forward. And I mean, so that's always a good omen as well, that Salah will contribute, but other man will contribute as well. We'll touch on Ekitike later as well. Gerald saying no Liverpool defenders in my FPL for the rest of the season. Bro, get Kerkez in, man. Kerkez will cook. I believe in Kerkez. Toast did this last season where we lost 1-0 to Forest. We can outgun and outscore any team on any day. Any response to that, Toast?
This season is not last season, my brother. So I ain't hearing that, bro. You scored 4 goals against Bournemouth and 1-4-2. You lost the Forest 1-0 last year. So come on, what are we talking about here?
All right. Press saying Semenyo could have slipped in the options on the left too. I think Slot admitted that the positioning of the fullbacks were not set up for the counter. Yeah, he did. This Konate thing is so forced. These man don't say the same thing about Saliba.
Because Saliba
I'll be in big trouble.
Saliba has had a struggle. He's been struggling the last 12 months. So
even today.
Nah, but you never allowed it. You never allowed it like that.
All right, man. For the people.
The only person is Tabo. He's the one that's been honest about Saliba. I can't lie. The rest of you,
I've said it a few times, man. And today, I don't know what was going on with him.
He was looking scary as well.
Honestly.
Wesley, last year City was so far off and Arsenal that it made things easier. Agree with Toast on Konate. Some of his touches were risky as fuck. Semenyo looked very good and played well last year. Another thing about the Semenyo thing, obviously there was a racist incident that happened at Anfield. We definitely don't condone that whatsoever. What upset me even more was it was a Donny in a wheelchair. Now I don't wanna you know what I mean? Like forgive me if I'm being whatever, but have some shame, my brother.
Pick a struggle. You understand? You're already dealing with stuff, bro, and you've got racism on your mind, on your heart, bro. It's crazy, mad. Bro. Come on, man.
It's crazy.
Now, the crazy thing is, Semenyo says, "Repeat that again," and he said it again.
He said it again.
That's how crazy it is. Like,
if I take your wheelchair and tell you to walk home, innit? I'm the bad guy, innit?
I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy, innit? It's all good.
What we doing?
Shout out Semenyo, man. Shout out Semenyo. The defender was moving mad. The bounce to begin with was mad, and then he was backing away from Salah. Yeah, I think that goal, bro. But you have to rate Salah for going for that ball, because a lot of people at that particular time of the game wouldn't go for that ball and even win that race. First of all, at 34, he's winning foot races like that. You know what I mean? I'm giving all the credit to Salah, man.
I do wonder though, Drew, what this game would have been if Bournemouth had their old defenders, like the Housing, etc. How this game would have
and Sabani, it would have been. It may have been different because Senesi and what was the black guy called again? I forgot his name. New signing from Lille. Diakite, he was decent to be fair. He's a decent defender, but Senesi.
No.
box standard, man. Let's talk about Liverpool's new boys, man. Let's start with the goal scorer, Hugo Ekitike. A life changer, in my opinion, man. A life changer.
That's why I don't see why you guys are going for Isak, because I think he's got the quality to probably rival Isak. I think Ekitike has that. Good, but right? Just for me, it's kind of an overkill. You can use that money to do something else.
Nah, because every time we remove Ekitike, there's no striker to come on. We need a second striker.
So what? So Ekitike, I can't even say his name. Hugo will be your second striker, and Isak will be your first.
He'll either be our second striker or he'll play on the left. But let us feast, bro. I like Henna. Let us feast, man. People don't want us to. You get me? Bring me this Donny. Bring me this Donny. That's all I'm saying.
Let me tell you something I realized. If a game where you see McAllister playing the six, Liverpool smell it. I'm telling you.
Yeah, but for us, McAllister is not a six. It's Gravenberch is a six.
That's what I'm saying. So if you lose Gravenberch, then you have a problem. So how do you fix that?
Not a big problem, just a small problem. It's not a big problem.
Okay. Whenever Liverpool without Gravenberch, I think you can get them. And that game showed it. So I think that 150, 110, use that wisely, in my opinion. You
know how Liverpool work, bro. Like the six that we really wanted was Zubimendi. We couldn't get him. We don't operate on a gung ho thing. We operate, if we can't get our man, we'll move on. That's how we operate, man. And it's worked out in the end.
But I personally think you can win the league without Isak. I'm not saying you shouldn't get him. Like I said on the last podcast, if you want to consolidate how strong you are right now, go and get Isak. But I actually think you can get a 60 million striker because Isak's not available before the window ends and still cook. Because let's assume Ekitike is Darwin's replacement and there may be like another 50, 60 million striker is Jota's replacement. That was sufficient to win you the league.
But we're not trying to win just the league, bro. We're trying to win the champs as well.
My point is, I already see Ekitike as an upgrade on Darwin and you still won the league. Do you know what I mean? I understand what you're saying in terms of you want to do the United 99 thing, have 4 strikers, win it all, win a treble. Completely understand, but I think we have to be more and more realistic. Twofold. It's kind of a blessing and a curse that he's scored 2 and 2 because now you're going to be thinking, all right, maybe we'll hold off with Isak for another.
I don't think so, man. I don't think so.
You still think you're gonna move heaven enough to get him?
Because say we don't have a second striker. Simply. But the only reason why we won't go for Isak, the only way we won't go for Isak is if Newcastle shuts the door completely. That's the only way.
What is stopping you right now from this deal not having gone ahead, in your opinion?
Newcastle not finding a replacement. No, not the fee. The fee is there. The bread is there because that's why Isak is moving like this.
You think they're just unwilling to sell right now?
At the moment, yeah. That's what I think.
So what's the ask price, by the way?
150.
I think 150 all in.
You're saying Liverpool are going to drop 150 on?
No. It will be 120, 130 plus.
But brother, when you're talking about numbers that high, there's a big difference between 120 and 150. 150 on a one player, bro. Like I personally think Liverpool are asking themselves, we're getting fleeced there. Like I completely understand what the market is and what Isak will give you, but 150 is a myth, bro. So you're thinking.
So do you think Isak is doing this for Bants?
No, he wants to go.
I think he wants to go. I just don't see a situation where I see on Sky Sports Liverpool sign Isak for 150. I don't think that's going to happen. Either Newcastle come down and meet you at their price, and I think Liverpool are actually banking on the fact that Isak wants to leave. So they'll agree to a deal. I do not see you spending 150 M's on one.
I mean, we'll see, man. We'll see. But I think we'll see. But 150 M, that's what's being reported, right? But I believe that as soon as Newcastle get a striker or whatever, we will do business with Newcastle over Isak. That's what I believe. And I think that's why Isak is moving this way. Because Isak wouldn't burn all his bridges at his current club if he knew that the club he wants to go to will do everything to get him.
I just feel as if Isak knows that he's the most in-demand striker on the market. He's got the leverage to move mad, in my opinion. I don't think it's that, personally. So that's just how I see it. All
right, man. What about Florian Wirtz, man? Got hooked on the 60th minute. Wait, hold on. Let me go to the chat because I know people will be feasting on this Florian words. Let me go to chat first. Let's go. Yeah, Kenna, why do you not want us to feast? They don't want us to feast, bro. Imagine rotating Hugo and Isak. It will stunt his growth. He's 22. He's a kid. We can't rely on him to start 60 games. Thank you. Prez is laughing. It will stunt his growth. Y'all want us to sign Mateo. I can't lie. I don't want y'all with Isak. Tabo is saying. Prez is saying these men are trying to win leagues, bro. He will flourish and play his part. Wesley saying what an upgrade on Darwin, by the way, 100%. Ekitike is the Jota replacement. Facts. What's the depth in defense saying? Hopefully, Mark Gay, he will land. We signed Leone from Parma. The jury's out on him. I don't know him. I never heard of him, but Italians seem to rate him. So let's see. Gerald saying, I think once Newcastle get their 2 strikers in of Jackson, Wisa, or Moani, then they'll be more ready to sell Isak and it won't need 150. I read that Moani is choosing Juventus. And that Newcastle don't really want Jackson, but Wisa is someone that really
if I'm a Newcastle fan and I'm getting Jackson, that's in my season ticket, bro. Why? Why?
Tabo is saying the deal will be a total of 250 million. That's crazy. Tabo, stop inflating shit. Wesley, Isak has a long contract, and who in the Prem is the next best striker after Isak? Gyokeres or Sesko, innit? If you have to believe Arsenal fans. And
Chris Wood, bro.
We got bread with 5 years of wages, Andy, but the closer we get to deadline, the less it's likely. Of course. That's why we need people to choose Newcastle. Not started on Wirtz yet. Baller in Germany. All right, cool. Let's start on Wirtz, man. Because Wirtz, 2 games in England, played in the Community Shield. First half, he was decent. I really liked him in the first half. Second half, obviously, looked like he was gassing out. They were moving to him a little bit. First Anfield debut, you would expect him to be pumped up for this. But to me, I don't know how you guys sort of looked at it, but he looked a little bit insecure. I don't know if insecure is the word, but it looked a little bit, I'm not sure. He looked lost. There was no defined role for him. And I know that he has like a free role in our team that go into the striker position, swap with Ekitike. Ekitike drops deep, you go behind him and all that. But he was like good touches, but like lazy passes, not good passes, not really looking up, not really making the runs for Salah to, find him. He looked he was hiding. I'm not going to lie. Wirtz was hiding on Friday. And am I saying that I'm worried? I'm not worried. I still think he's a baller. I still think he will come good. He's still young as well. But for 150 million British pounds, I think he's the most expensive player in the Premier League, right? He is, yeah. I need more, man. Especially on your home debut. I need more. I want to see that you want it. I want to see that you want to be that done. You get me? And I didn't see it.
I think
I'm interested. Sorry, Toast. Toast. On, 1 second. Question to you, Drew. What type of player do you envision him to be?
I envision him to be like a creative fulcrum. So I envision him to be to kind of take over the role that Salah has been taking from wide centrally. So that's goals and assists.
So, in terms of if you weigh the two, what do you think? Assist or goals? Which
more
one comes?
Definitely more of a creator.
Which I agree. I agree. Yeah. For me, I think he was kind of he was in himself, man, in that game. He was just playing within himself. He needs to get used to the Prem, the physical nature of the Prem. And as she put it, as his first game, he definitely under the lights. He hit.
Man.
He hit under the lights. So it's not good. It's not a good look. Will he get better? Who are you playing next? Who's your second game? Hopefully, he's one of
Newcastle away, bro. Monday night. Newcastle haters at the moment. I saw Anthony Gordon saying, "Yeah, we're looking forward to playing Liverpool." I was like, bet.
Yeah.
Bet. Yeah. But anyways, I got worse for Anthony Gordon because if they still ain't got a striker and he's playing ST, we'll chew him.
Yes,
I know that for a fact.
It's long.
But we'll touch on that Newcastle game. But they're gonna be up for it. So Wirtz, it's not gonna get easier because after that it's Arsenal.
Because Lunchtime will break him. But anyways,
I'm not a big. I just feel as if we are very much prisoner to this era of goals and assists right now, man. Like to the point where like social media 007 is a thing. Like back in the day when Chelsea were like signing like your Hazards and like United were like signing Veron and like people that we know cooked in previous leagues, and then they came to the Prem for big money. You gave them time to just settle. Now people are judging Benjamin Sesko, a 22-year-old striker who you know can cook, off 25 minutes. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
nah, but Benjamin Sesko, what do you mean? We know he can cook. He's never cooked. When did he cook?
Last season, bro.
What did he do, bro?
He didn't do much.
What did he do?
He did enough to.
Okay, cool.
Cook,
Let me. Okay, you don't think so? Okay, cool. Let me use Gyokeres as an example, since that's what we're doing.
Cool.
How many goals did Gyokeres score last year?
He put them in. He put them in.
All right then.
But you know what people are not at in his goal scoring prowess. We're at him in terms of is he a hooper enough to?
But what I'm saying is like one or two goals in your debut can't be the difference between is this person a good player or not. And I just personally think, again, Wirtz could have dropped 2 stinkers, bro, against Palace and against Bournemouth. If he had got a hockey assist in both games, where maybe he laid it off to someone and someone hit it top bins, done all the work, we would not be saying well, in my opinion anyway, I don't think we'd be saying he's hiding, he's doing this, he's doing that. I just think, and in this era of football, we're very much prisoners of, but okay, you played 80 minutes. Where's the goals? Where's the assists? Like, where's the goal contributions, bro?
Yeah, no. I'm definitely with you. I'm definitely with you, but that's not. Bro, this is my player, innit? This is it's a Liverpool player. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I rate players that can, not provide GNAs, but still have a good performance. Wirtz didn't have a good performance. We need to be honest. I said against Palace, he didn't have a GNA as well, but in the first half, he was brilliant.
Do you think Wirtz is suffering from the system in terms of how Liverpool play?
Yeah, no, I mean, I asked the question on that day where like it seems like he hasn't necessarily got a defined role.
Yeah,
and maybe he's suffering from that.
When I see another player that I think links really well with Wirtz is Ekitike.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
and I think the chemistry between them is what is really good, but the chemistry within him and his other teammates are not as good. And I think he is suffering from the system so far. So to Toast's point, we didn't need to give him time.
Of course. I'm not saying he's a flopper. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying from what I'm seeing. I'm not saying that.
Sorry, go on, Mace.
Yeah, so I think we do suffer from, once you have a big price tag, we expect you to deliver here and now. And that's not really how football works, to be honest with you. I did see, because I raised it up, remember after the Crystal Palace game with you guys, with Wirtz, I was like, I've not seen it yet, and you guys thought I was hating. But that's my point. I think this is the question I asked you, what type of player do you want from Wirtz? Because I see him as more of like he brings everyone together rather than someone who's going to do like a KDB and just slap it from.
No, but he's capable of being that.
I know you can, but that's in the German.
But I think he will eventually get there. I'm just saying that your home debut is not really against a Bournemouth is a tough team, but you would relish playing against a Bournemouth. Let's get it, man.
I know what football fans are like, bro. Do you know what I mean? Because like within the first 15 minutes of the Community Shield, I'm hearing, he's gonna change our lives, all of this. And for me, he could have dropped 2 stinkers. And like I said earlier, if he had got 2 assists where he basically just put it on a plate for someone, the conversation is completely different. And yeah, I understand you spent 116 million on the man, but for me, how are we having these conversations after 2 games? Like, bro, let the month end. Do you know what I mean? Like, if he's had a run of games where, okay, he's not even established himself, he's in the cam, this, that, completely different, innit, man? But for me, I'm not going to make a judgment on any of these players. I'm not going to make a judgment on Gyok. He didn't play well today, but I'm not going to make a judgment on Gyokeres. I'm not going to make a judgment on Sesko. I'm not going to make a judgment on Wirtz until I at least see at least 5 games. I need to see patterns. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, for me, 2 games is not patterns, bro. It's just bro.
We're aligned, bro. I'm definitely with you, but we're discussing the games, right? And I'm just saying, I wanted to see more of Wirtz, Friday. That's all. I'm not saying whatever. You came for a big fee. You came as Bundesliga Player of the Year. You're a German star boy. Come and show out, man. Let me go
I
to
did
the
want to
chat.
quickly. Okay, go to the chat.
Let me go to the chat and I'll come to you, Mace. Kenna said, I want to see him in the same team as McTen and Gravenberg. We have Newcastle and Arsenal next. He has to turn up, no excuses. Wirtz should be our Kaka in terms of knitting play, driving counterattacks, and being the go-to man. For 160 million, I need 12 goals, 12 assists minimum in the league. So that answers your question, Mace, of what Liverpool... This is what Kenna expects. Then you compare Prez is saying, then you compare him to Tijani, who was jugging in his first Prem game. Tijani was hooping, and he was under 50 million pounds. Tijani hooped. Wesley's agreeing with Toast. Keda saying, Toast, I'm with you, but I'm not trying to hear excuses for 160 million pounds. I need you to move the needle ASAP.
2 games, bro. 2 games. It's kind of crazy, boy.
This is just my point, isn't it? That's my
kind of crazy.
Yeah, Kenna, they're not hearing it, boy. Wesley saying, going back to my point earlier on Isak after Haaland, who was the next best centre forward in the league last season, which is why the 2-in-1 bags. Kenna again saying, I'm consistent. We can't carry passengers who cost 160 mil. Press saying, players like Wirtz either find a way or they don't. That's true. Definitely those type of players. He's a luxury player. So remember Ozil, Kenna saying Wirtz scored 6 goals and 1 assist in the Champions League last season. This guy's a hooper, so I'm not trying to hear excuses. Pav is asking, has anyone seen Sancho? That's funny. Mace, go on. You had the one last point.
I do want to touch on your fullbacks. Because let me start with Frimpong. I saw a whole David Brooks doing a madness. And it got me
once. Literally
once.
Literally once.
There's a second one when he went shoulder to shoulder and David Brooks held his own. My point being, I'm not sure about how great Frimpong is defensively. I'm not sure.
Same.
Going forward, I think he's okay, but defensively, I'm not too sure. Kerkez, I think, is better, but the point I raised to you is that I just don't like his style of defending. Because if you've seen the interaction he had with Semenyo, when they both kind of clashed, and Semenyo held his own, and Kerkez was just looking dumbfounded because his way of playing football is that he's gonna kind of do you in the aggression. And those kind of players, when you meet aggression with aggression, they drop back. They don't know what to do. So when I saw those 2 things, I'm like, actually, this might be a problem for Liverpool going forward, especially playing against better teams. So I'm not sure what your point is or what the chat's like, how they see it. But I think looking at those fullbacks, they're good, but are they great? Well, do they have potential to be great?
I think in terms of, if I have to touch on Kerkez, I think the way he's playing at the moment is totally fine. Of course, like he needs to kind of temper his aggression a little bit and be a little bit more smarter, but that will come with age, right? He's young. He needs to be a little bit more smarter and get that. But I like that he's that intense, that he has intensity and going forward and going back. And like I said, this is what was good about them in the first half, why we didn't really concede from counter-attacks, because they get back quick, especially Frimpong. He's up and down quick.
He's quick.
And I like that. So, you know what I mean? So, like I said, you have to put 1 and 1 together. They went off. 5 minutes later, we conceded. That's all I'm saying. So, yeah, Robbo, I don't want to see Robbo in it. Give me Kerkez. Frimpong, the jury is out on him defensively, but going forward, at the moment, he's okay. Still need to see more, but it's early days, man. It's early days. Let's move on, man. Let's move on to the chat. Ken is saying what Kerkez and Frimpong give us is intensity going up and back. This is similar to the best club team of peak Robbo and Trent. Looking forward to see how they develop. Yeah, that's literally it, man. Let's see how they would develop. Hopefully for the greater good. All right, let's touch on the world champs, man. The world champs. These were my nominated ops. This was the team that I was like, yeah, they're gonna cause some problems this season. Chelsea today played Crystal Palace, Community Shield winners, FA Cup winners at home, and they drew, man. 0-0.
Yep.
What are you guys' thoughts if you saw the game?
There's just a couple teams in the league that I hate playing. Palace would just be one of them, man. Do you know what I mean? Like a team that just has an identity, they play to their strengths very much. Like I kind of had a feeling this was going to be a difficult game for Chelsea, and if what I consider a harsh decision had gone their way, Palace could have ended up winning that game, man. Like Palace they're not really the sort of team that you want to see opening day. I think Maresca is going to kind of struggle to know who he wants to play as a 9 between like the Lap and João Pedro most of the season, which could kind of potentially hinder them. I don't think Chelsea played badly, but I just don't feel like they really imposed their will on the game, really. Like I didn't really see...
There was some horrific performances from people, you know, like my dark Caicedo.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Cole struggled to
Cole
really
Palmer
influence the
struggled
game
to
as well.
impose himself. João Pedro didn't look good. They weren't looking good across the board, man. So yeah, I thought like the thing that annoys me with Palace, yeah, like I know you're saying, yeah, they need to play to their strengths, and maybe this is the way for them to play. This is what the manager is saying, this for us to get results. Because if you remember last season, he was playing a little bit more attack and a little bit more open, and they got exposed. He reverted back to this low block, counter attack. Let's pick our moments. Let's use our creatives to find JP in them.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they're a solid team so far. But I look at them and I feel like I want to see more. You whatever you're doing, you're getting results, but I would just come out a little bit, man.
I think it's based on the players they have, man. If they have
good enough players. I think they have good enough players.
Good enough and high quality are two different things, man.
Bro, but they don't have to play that low, bro. Bournemouth don't play like that, and they have better players than Bournemouth.
Do you know what it is? They have better players than Bournemouth. Looking at their starting lineup today,
bro, name it.
And okay, so Palace's starting lineup, obviously Dean Henderson in goal, Mark Gray, Lacroix, Chris Richards. I think that's an excellent back three personally. Tyreek Mitchell and Munoz are the wing backs. I think that they're perfect for Palace. Will Hughes and Wharton through the middle. Eze, Sarr, and Mateta. Now, for me, I think Sarr's really good. But if I take out Sarr and I take out Will Hughes and I replace that with a really good CM and a really good attacking forward, maybe an upgrade on Sarr, for me, that's the team that should be competing for like the Europa League, the Conference League spots. I actually think that Palace
you remove Sarr, yeah?
Away.
I think like Sarr is key for them.
I think he's cold, but can I go into a season and be like, is Sarr going to score me 10 goals and 10 league goals? I don't know. So for me, like if I replace a Sarr with someone in like, I don't know, the Mbuemo, Cunha sort of mold, Palace are cooking, but they also have to keep hold of Eze as well. And that's obviously going to be problematic. So it's almost going to be like they're taking many steps forward, but also if they lose the man, if they lose Eze, he's their best player in it. So they could be in hell at the same time, innit?
I think with Palace, you have to give credit to the manager because that's the type of team that embodies the manager. So as long as we're giving credit to the ballers, I think if you look at the manager, you think, okay, I'm gonna tip my hat to you because your team is playing exactly how you want it. Because one of the kind of indicators is that they know how to they kind of know how to play against teams with high keepers that go high. Because I saw the second half of Mateta and Eze. I think Eze tried the chip against Sanchez, which Mateta did last year against Raya. So you can see that they're very drilled in how they play that football, and it works most of the time.
What was it that Glasner said again about City? If you play like this again, you won't be. He's a crook.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite lines from last year, man. Too cold.
Gerald, Chelsea fan, these low blocks. Enzo was absolutely absent in midfield. Gerald, talk to us, man. What did you think of the game? Wesley missed that game, so can't comment. Sarr is an enigma. President saying his inconsistency is annoying, but he turns up in big games. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But something tells me he's gonna have a good season this season. Got that feeling he's gonna have a good season this season. quickly, I want to touch on Ebereche Eze, man, because obviously this is a player that's been linked with you guys, Arsenal, and he's also now being linked with a Spurs move, man. What's going on? Are you losing your main target to your neighbors?
Is
it that Europa League gas?
I can't understate how, or overstate, I never know which one it is, how important a signing like Eze could be on this Arsenal team, bro. Like, I just genuinely don't understand why we're gonna let this guy potentially go to Tottenham, man. It's crazy. Like, there's nothing this guy can't do. There's nothing, genuinely. Like, for me, he's a great passer. He has a great eye for goal. He can take set pieces. Do you know what I mean? He's clutch as well. We've seen how clutch he was in Palace's FA Cup run last year. Semi-final, scored a howitzer. Final, scored a howitzer. Like, this guy, he's a big game player playing for Palace. So go bring him to Arsenal. Give him the keys. Let him cook. Like, there were a couple of, not to go back to Arsenal again, but there were a couple of situations today where Arsenal were in transition and Odegaard just needs to make the right pass, make the right decision. I see Palace are very much a counter-attacking team. Like, when they play their low block and they get out, Eze makes the right decision 9 out of 10 times. So for me, whoever he goes to, whether that's Arsenal, Tottenham, whoever, he's gonna feast. Like, this is one of the best players in the league. Like, it's crazy that Arsenal are gonna let him go to Tottenham.
Yeah, man. Comments over here. Cole Palmer, no goal from open play since January. Any thoughts?
Nasty.
He didn't look good today, man. He didn't look good. But this was the thing that I said about Chelsea. That's the only thing that's concerning me, is that they have kind of too many shoot first hoopers in their team. So now it becomes an issue where, like, shall I pass? Shall I shoot? 9 out of 10 times the wrong decision is being made. And you saw that again as well. That today, that it was like, yeah, they need to find a balance in regards to this, man.
You know what? A lot of the times. So sorry, mate. So I was just going to quickly say, a lot of the times I feel with Chelsea as well, if you can somehow mark Cole Palmer out of the game from an offensive standpoint, like, they're very beatable. Like, when I watch, if you just look at the performance against PSG, in the Club World Cup final, man, like, how he was able to just dictate. Like, if you don't give Palmer space and the ability to dictate, to put those balls through, to take shots from outside the box, like, who else do you really fear going into games against Chelsea? Like, Esteval again looks raw. Gittins looks raw. I really rate Leto, but I don't think he's a shoot first sort of player personally.
Gittins is an interesting one. I got my eyes on him because people been chatting about him. I've got my eyes on him. Not sure, man, but let's see. Not sure about that Gittins, brother. Gerald saying, we look void of ideas. It's same as last season. We struggle against low blocks, but Esteval was a bright spark. Gittins looks too raw, and Neto is frustrating at times. Like I said, man, Neto, he thrives at counter-attacking teams, man. He needs to go Palace or something. He can't hang with teams like this. Where the hell's Mudryk? Mudryk is in the gym, smashing in peds and all them. Chelsea, what's Press saying? One of the best players in the league. So the Saka or Eze shout wasn't wild then. Woo! Thoughts?
Eze has made strides. In the last couple of years. I definitely feel as if he's closed the gap. I mean, I think it's fair to say that I don't think it was really much of a comparison previously. Obviously, I still think Saka's the far better player, but I think Eze is a very good player. So, yeah, I like Eze a lot. Like, he fit into Arsenal great.
Cole Palmer's being looked to lead this team in almost every offensive category. He needs help. He definitely needs help. But he's looking to get them goals in as well, man. But yeah, shout out Chelsea. Drew, one of our main ops, drew their first game. So that's good news for me. Let's move on to Man City then. Tijani Reinders shining for City with a 4-0 win against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Now, I didn't really watch the game, but I saw the extended highlights and I started getting shivers again, man. I'm thinking this Pep Guardiola is a crook. He's gonna do it again.
They look good, but Wolverhampton were terrible.
Cheats.
Absolutely terrible.
Cheats. I look at that Wolves starting lineup, and there's not a single player I'd have in that team, bro. And it's hard to say that about a lot of Premier League teams. There's not a single man I would take.
Well, you're not taking Totti Gomez, that started playing football at 16.
Nah, bro. I'm not taking João Gomez. I'm not taking Andre. I'm not taking Munetzi. I'm not taking Bellegarde. I'm not taking Strand Larsen.
To be fair, Strand Larsen scored 10 goals last season. So, but anyways, just to play devil's advocate.
What you guys telling me though about City though? Like either way, yeah, Wolves for cheeks, but you still have to get the job done, right?
They look good, but of course, Wolves were crap. They look good, especially to Tijani Reinders. Quality player.
Yeah,
I also think.
Yeah, go on.
Sorry, man. I also think they should absolutely keep hold of Rico Lewis, man. I've always thought he was a decent player. Obviously, he's quite versatile. He can play right back. He can play through the. You think so?
He's food.
You don't rate Rico Lewis?
100%. I rate him but he's food.
You know he's only he's only like 20 years old. You know how you
even better. Let them start Rico Lewis right back. It's calm. Ekitike and them man will have him. You don't think he's food?
Nah, that's crazy, bro. I think Rico Lewis is a really decent player, man. I've always liked him personally. Like I've always liked him. So for me, I'd like to see him play more in it, 100%.
Yeah, for me, I think Wolves are one of the teams that are gonna go down, man. I think they have a good manager. He navigated them out of the relegation zone last season really, really well. He's on that Amorim wave as well. But yeah, I think the buck is up, man. Unless they get like better players, but they have PSR issues as well, so it's looking peak. Erling Haaland back in the goals as well. He scored 2 goals. Yeah. He's looking. I'd even have him for like my top scorer this season because he looked like he was cooked. But yeah, he's looking, he's looking scary as well. And Ryan Cherki, Ryan Cherki came off the bench and scored a good goal with his right foot. That guy is just teched up, man. Like, and they got him for like 35 as well. This was a player that Liverpool were after, but they chose the expensive option. So boy. Let's see how that will work out. But yeah, City look good. City looks good, but you know, let's see them with like against stronger opposition. Then we can judge them properly.
I can't remember. Did Foden play?
Nah. I don't think he was even in the squad.
He wasn't in the squad, I think.
He didn't travel.
Okay, ankle injury. Okay, cool.
Yeah, man. Let's move on then to your friendly neighbors. Wait, hold on. Let's go to the chat first. Kenna saying this Wolves fixture was a free hit for City to stat pad. Their serious fixtures are next Spurs, Brighton, United, and Arsenal. Okay, that's where we will judge them. Gerald saying Lewis is disposable, man. Let's be real. I agree, man. I think Rico, he's calm. He's not like a top. He's not a City, Arsenal, Liverpool level player, in my opinion. But he's just calm. Well, you would have him at Arsenal, yeah? Starting.
I like his versatility, innit? Genuinely, I do.
Rico is good. We're starting to replace an aging Walker. Last season, it was between Lewis, Walker, and Diaz at Ford for 90% of their goals. Facts. No Foden. Yeah, Foden didn't play. They play Tottenham next week. That'll be a good game. Let's talk about Tottenham right now, man, because they played against... Who did they play again? Burnley. So that was kind of a free hit for them as well. Richarli and Kudus with the 2-step. It was good to see, man. It was good to see Mohamed Kudus. I think Mohamed Kudus is like, okay, I'm playing with slightly better players now in a team that, you know, can win a lot more games. I can win a lot more games with this team. And I had my concerns about Spurs in regards to their striker option, like Dom Solanke and Richarlison. I still think it's not enough for them. I still think, you know, they could have gone for a Sesko as well, but obviously they're focusing on other parts in their squad. But Richarlison answered, man. Came with 2 goals, 1 overhead kick, and one. What was how was the first one? Like a tap in?
The first one was it was a Kudus assist. How did he?
I think it was like I think he just slotted it in. But the second one was a good goal, man.
The second one was a howitzer.
Kudus kind of shagged the cross. I'm sure he didn't mean to pick out Richarlison, but obviously Richarlison saved it, and then Brennan Johnson, of course. He's like a Cody Gakpo, man. They will just be ghosts for like the whole game and end up scoring a goal, man. Like that's Brennan Johnson for you, man. But Spurs 3-0 win against Burnley, but kind of to be expected, right? Yeah.
Nothing for me to say about Spurs, really. This is not the game where we're gonna judge the sort of season they're gonna have. Like this is the sort of team that a team of Spurs' caliber should be putting away, and they did. They dispatched them, but bigger test to come in it. So I'm not getting too high on Spurs here.
City next week, man, at the Etihad. What a goal by the pigeon. That's your country, mate, man, Wesley. Ken is saying, if Thomas Frank can make them defensively stable through his tactical flexibility, Spurs can be tricky. I definitely agree, man. I think Spurs is not to be slept on with Thomas Frank.
Especially if they get Eze in, then we will see.
Yeah. If they get, because I think that's what they're missing, like another creative. I'm not too big on wide creatives, even though we've got Salah, but I'm not too big on that. I need a creative through the middle, man, because I want my main creative be through the middle, not wide. That's why. So that's why I think they could do really well with like an Eze as well, or just anyone in that position to really do.
Because when Kudus comes, he can play the 10. Eze can drift to the wide, and then then you have a problem with Spurs.
Yeah, because then they have across their front line, they have create.
Yeah, very good players.
Yeah, man. Shout out them. Let's touch on West Ham, man, because they got moved to by Sunderland, right?
Yeah.
A 3-0 L.
By Tosin's boy, Granite the King Xhaka.
He ain't do nothing in that game, man. He ain't do nothing in that game. Mayenda was hooping. Adingra was hooping. And you men are talking about Xhaka, man. Come on, man. What are we doing there, bro?
What are we saying, though? Sunderland. Because, like I said, I think they may be the team to stay up from the teams that came up. They've got good enough. They made good signings. They've got good enough players.
Before, man. We've seen this dance before. The
good start.
The worth of your team is how well you do over the season. That's how we know whether you're staying up or not. We've seen this dance before. Let's wait and see with Sunderland. But they bought well. That's good.
Yeah, just some of the highlights that I watched. For me, it wasn't a 3-0 game. Sunderland were very clinical. West Ham could have been good value, obviously, for a result if they'd kind of taken their chances, particularly early. I think 3-0 definitely flattered them. It's their first game back in the Premier League in 8 years. So, yeah, I'm not. It's too early to say anything about Sunderland. Having said that, what was funny was that obviously with the multiple, I think 10 plus signings that they made, all three of the scorers were players that played for them last year, which was quite odd, like Isidore, Mayenda, Ballard. But obviously, them out of the three promoted teams, they're the ones that have made the most kind of quality established signings. So on paper right now, and not even based on the West Ham game, I'd say they might have the best chance of staying up. But I'm not judging Sunderland as a whole on this game at all, because I think it was a competitive game.
Yeah. Wesley saying don't rate him too inconsistent. Look good at poor teams like Watford and Everton. Yeah, I think he was talking about Richarlison there. Wesley also saying it's West Ham to go down. I've got them to go down as well. I do not rate them one bit.
So West Ham and Wolves, are those the two that
West Ham, Wolves, and Burnley.
Yeah.
I still rate Potter, man. I think he'll get it together, man.
Let's see, man. A manager's only as good as his players, right?
Hey,
they got good players.
Drew, read the chat.
My cousin Nevin wanted Harvey Elliott to go to West Ham. That project is horrible over there. Gerald saying, did Toast just call Xhaka a quality signing?
I said no such thing, brother.
You definitely didn't. Xhaka is quality with a H. Let's touch on the lunchtime kickoff then. Aston Villa versus Newcastle, which ended in a stalemate. Now, this was like this game was interesting to me for two reasons. One was obviously to see how Newcastle are currently faring without like an out-and-out 9, and obviously there were talks of Anthony Gordon might be a makeshift 9 with like John Wissa if Wissa comes, so they might not sign 2 strikers. Elanga's debut. Obviously, I looked at what's his name, Aston Villa as well, and initially I was kind of worried about Villa because they're losing players, but they don't seem to be adding any players. Watkins has been rumored to go away, but all in all, both teams I wasn't really too impressed with. Obviously, Newcastle, you know what to expect from them, especially in the midfield. They look really good. They're really stubborn. They're really physical. They'll beat you up. All that. Elanga, 55 million. Did not do the business. And I know Toast will say it's game week 1, whatever. But we've seen, we kind of know what Elanga's about, man. He's like a pace merchant. He has a decent, he has a decent shot on him. Can cross, few assists in him, but he had like a chance, like a one-on-one that he should have.
I was gonna say, Drew, like with all the kind of guys we spoke about, they didn't have a clear-cut chance. Elanga did, and I'm thinking, 55 million, you slot that in.
You need to slot that. You get me? You need to slot that. So that's a little bit worrying from a Newcastle's point of view. Watkins as well. I mean, Watkins is an interesting one, man, because I always said like Watkins is like, I don't know, man. He's like similar to Darwin in terms of he misses a lot of chances. Not like good chances, but he misses a lot. He gets a lot of chances and misses a lot of chances. But unlike Darwin, he does put them away more time than not. But I'm never too sure on Watkins, man. I don't know what the chat thinks, but I'm not a super big fan of him. Unless he plays against my ops. Yeah.
He's not clinical. He's a high volume guy. He puts up numbers because obviously he's the main guy and gets lots of chances, but he doesn't take enough of them for sure.
What do you think about Eddie Howe trialing Anthony Gordon as the striker? What did you guys make? What are you guys making of that experiment?
It's just the equivalent of Arteta trialing Martinelli as a striker. It's not going to work, bro.
It's not sustainable, bro. And he cooks when he's on the left wing.
Yeah.
They have probably arguably the strongest left wing in the league in terms of both Harvey Barnes and Gordon, basically kind of being first and second fiddle to each other. They need to get a striker, man, or they need to somehow convince Alex to stay, man.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm sure they want him to stay, but I think it's more of an Alex situation. He needs to decide whether he wants to stay or not.
Did you find that both Villa and Newcastle basically clashed because they play similar? Because I look at them as like the coaches have essentially worked them or trained them, or the tactics is based on beating the top, say the Arsenal, the Liverpool, etc. So those teams, they play similar, and I think they just basically clashed in the sense that there wasn't any, their style were the same, so you were not going to see any, like, nothing new there. So I just found that interesting. Hence why we got a boring game.
Yeah, even when Esri Konsa went off, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't like Newcastle really, I mean, they applied the pressure, but it wasn't like Newcastle really looked like scoring like that. So I don't know, man. I think obviously next week is the game against Liverpool, so they'll be definitely up for it. I'm not taking anything away from this performance. We know how they are under the lights at St. James's Park. Personally, for me, I just hope that they haven't signed John Wissa by then. So if they come with that front three from yesterday, then I'll be low-key calm. But if they get a striker in there and put Gordon in his actual position, because the thing is, like, Gordon is like a typical winger. Like, he needs to play face, like front to goal. So he can't play with his back to goal. If you have Gordon back to goal, he's food. You're chopping him. You're good. You know what I mean? So yeah, I hope they come with that front three in it. Otherwise, yeah, it might be long in it. Let's go to the chat. West Ham destroyed my FPL. How do you hold free? No name, name not relevant. Why do you have West Ham players in your team in game week 1? Snooze. Pap saying this was a good idea. Weekly, my guy. Spread the word. Wesley saying I rate Elanga, but he was off it yesterday. Okay, we'll give him that blind then. Gerald saying Watkins is how I used to feel about Tammy Abraham, just frustrating and not clinical enough. I think Watkins is better than Tammy, to be honest. Tammy, he flattered to deceive merchant.
I get the point. I think that's a good point.
Sabo's asking if Isak don't go, what happens? Obviously, if we have to believe David Ornstein, he will just not play. That's what Isak is saying. He will just train by himself. Press is saying, I said about what? Go on.
I think that's bullshit, man. I think every player wants to play. After
he will get fined. He will get fined.
Yeah,
but I think it will be like a Van Dijk situation, because Van Dijk did similar. They didn't let him go in the summer, so he was just downing tools. They put him on the bench. They didn't really play, and then he eventually went to Liverpool in January. So
you don't
think he will play that way.
Isak will be like, okay, this is silly now. I want to play. Or the teams
Maybe.
will all like, how will be like, okay, cool. The transfer window's done. What would you rather do, sit on bench or play?
Yeah, maybe we don't know. But I'm just saying Van Dijk did similar. Van Dijk did similar. That's all. Saying I said it about Watkins like 2 seasons back. He'll be a good striker, but people will always feel like something is missing. Good but not elite. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I agree with that, man. Good but not elite. Tell Taps to stick with me. Taps needs to stick with everyone, man. Honestly. I think we covered all the games, right?
Well, all the big ones, because we haven't done like the Brighton game.
Brighton versus Fulham.
Yeah.
I didn't really watch that game. Anything?
No, neither did I.
Any comments on that game?
I saw the highlights.
Was Muniz last minute, right?
Muniz last minute goal. Not really much to talk about in that game, if I'm being honest. Matt O'Reilly played like Cam for Brighton. Josh King lad played Cam for Fulham. Those are the 2 guys that I want to kind of see a bit more this season. It looks like they might have potential to be quite important players for both clubs. But I think the result was fair in the end. Last minute goal by Muniz, Matt O'Reilly penalty. Yeah, it was pretty dry, if I'm honest. So yeah, not too much to talk about that.
Yeah, man. I think the last game that we need to discuss, obviously, Nottingham Forest versus Brentford. Chris Wood with 2 goals, and Ndoye with another goal, and Thiago with a penalty for Brentford. Let's discuss Chris Wood first, man, because I thought last season was just like it was just that, basically, like you know what I mean, streets will never forget type of season. But this guy is looking like he's gonna run it again, man. Like Chris Wood. What you guys thought? I didn't watch the game. What you guys thought about it? Do you guys really think he's gonna run it back again? How many goals did he get last season?
He scored 20 last season, and obviously
in Prem?
2 in Prem. Yeah, brother, he's just I don't know what it is. There's just a bias that I have towards him. I don't know why. Just his profile of striker is the striker that I like the least. But also Donny's from New Zealand, bro. There's no New Zealand ballers unless you're a rugby player. This is it. Maybe it's that as well. The fact that Donny's from New Zealand, I don't. So when I saw that he's 9 goals off being in the Premier League 100 club, he's just gone past Olivier Giroud. Yeah, I'm like, wow. Like, I want to give this guy respect. He scored 49 Premier League goals at Burnley. Then he was at Newcastle for a bit. Obviously, he's at Forest now. So, like, Donny's really been plying his trade in the league for a long time. Like, Premier League 100 club is no joke. Do you know what I mean? I used to really disrespect him. I used to say, I used to call Hoyland Acne Chris Wood. That is a big disrespect in hindsight. Like, do you know what I mean? Chris Wood really does this. And he's really about his goals as well. And in a Forest team that they aren't, I wouldn't say they're like particularly high volume, but I'd say they're quite efficient in terms of they always take their chances. He does his thing, man. He really does his thing. So I actually probably see him having another 15+ goal season. Yeah.
Yeah. They also signed like Omari Hutchinson and another. Who was it they signed? They signed someone else. Hutchinson and.
It was Anderson? Yeah. Anderson was that season, wasn't he? No, he was.
We really ain't done our research, right? They signed Hutchinson and someone else.
They just signed Hutchinson and.
Forest signings. Man like Omari. Or was it just the Ndoye? McAtee.
James McAtee.
That's
James
it.
McAtee.
From City. Really, really good creative signings, man. To obviously alleviate the burden of what's his name? Your boy.
Another assist, man. This time left foot, man.
Reminds me of back in the days when we had those strikers were not elite, but they were kind of like B tier, but they would score. Kind of like a Kevin Davis-ish type of strikers that are scoring on their day.
Chris Wood is what Shola Amiobi thought he was.
Shola couldn't dream of getting 20 Premier League goals. This is the thing. Like,
he couldn't, bro.
Wood is in a bit of a weird tier on his own because even like Kevin Davies, like I remember him at Bolton, but he won't put 20 Premier League goals. Like,
and he wouldn't. No. He's not. But he's just like he will score. That's the thing. He will get you goals. That's what he reminds me of.
Shout out Chris Wood, man.
Central players. Yeah.
Yeah, the chat is agreeing still. A good striker. What's he saying? He's a good striker, nice positioning, clever, late bloomer. Can say that. Kenner, I rate Chris Wood. He's decent. Told Chambaz this a couple seasons ago.
Like,
Facts.
bro,
Where shout out to the late bloomer strikers, man.
if we
boys.
look at
now we meant McAtee, press McAtee.
if we look at the strikers who just missed out on the 100 club, so we got Kevin Phillips 92, Mark Viduka 92, Berbatov 94, Van Nistelrooy 95, Adebayo 97. Like, he's in very good company here, man. These are strikers that we all respected and all rated, man. I mean, Van Nistelrooy, Adebayo, do you know what I mean? Like, these aren't joke, man. So we gotta give Chris Wood his props. That stat shocked me. I did not think this guy was anywhere near 100 club, bro. So yeah, man. Shout out Chris Wood.
Once he reaches that, I got a special app for a certain striker, man. Just waiting patiently.
Who?
That Jericho
Rashford.
Merchant.
Jericho.
Oh, Rashford.
Jericho Merchant, you know. That's crazy. What, Didier?
Yeah, man, that guy. The way you guys speak about him. Anyways, man, before Gerald gets on to me, man. Let's guys, if you guys have got any questions, let us know. Let's cover the one question that Kenna had. Yeah, so Kenna asked 4 new strikers of Ekitike, Joao Pedro, Sesko, and Gyokeres. Please judge their impacts based on game week 1 by the end of the stream. So let's judge their impacts respectively. So Ekitike, 1 goal, pretty good. 63 minutes that he played. I must say. If you include what?
Charity Shield as well, Community Shield.
If you include Charity Shield, goal and assist there, 100%. Joao Pedro.
Anonymous.
That's my guy still, but anonymous. Benjamin Sesko.
Same.
That Jay-Z.
There was no time, man.
Victor Gyokeres, aka Glock 14.
Same.
Yeah, they ran him out of the stadium, innit? Got to hold that.
It's 1-0 Ekitike, man. I can't lie to you, man.
Top.
Hey, we're doing it per game week, man. Game week 1, Ekitike, you get me?
Say no more.
Gerald saying we don't do Drogba slander. Drew, take time. I'll never take time, man. Donny went the whole season with 5 goals, man. And you're bro. Come on, man. Yeah, let's head to the bar, man. Any shots? Any shots for the boys?
Yeah.
Always got a shot, man.
Go ahead, man.
Go on.
Okay, I'll keep it light and simple, bro. So shots goes to Gabi Magalhaes. You can see how different our defense was with him playing, and I think Drew and the other boys touched upon it last year. He's probably the better out of the 2 defenders, which I think he is. And yeah, again, as an Arsenal fan, we lose a player and we suffer. And
stick with me, guys.
Yeah, and I hate to think about what would have happened if we had Gabi at least playing last season before he obviously got injured, especially in Champions League, etc. But yeah, that's my CB. I honestly think he should be Arsenal's captain, not Deck, but that's another conversation to be had. Shot goes to Gabi.
Yeah, man. Gabriel Magalhaes, man. Fully rate him. He's been good for a good 2 seasons now.
Sticking to Gabi's my shot, man. Barman, man. Let me get one of those Brazilian cocktails, man, because we need to get this other Brazilian out of my club. Martinelli is arse cheeks, bro. Like, I'm seeing my man on the counter attack, and then he just switches the ball, goes out of play. Like, man, I'm done with him, man. Like, got dragged after 59 minutes, similarly to Gyok. Nothing to show for his performance. Like, once Arteta deeps that this guy is not good and he starts playing Madueke, Martinelli's never getting back in the team. I genuinely believe that, bro. Like, once he deeps that he's not at a level where he should be starting, he's never getting back in the team. Like, he's not good and he's holding us back. So that's, hey, man, I'm just keeping it a buck, man. We need another signing, bro. Simple as that.
Chat, if you got any shots, man, put them in the chat. If you got a shot yourself, my shot will go to Federico.
Describe the shot to chat because they don't know. some of them don't know how the shot system works.
Oh yeah, true. So obviously your shot is what we do at the end of the show. You either take a dirty shot or a good shot. So whoever you rated from this game week, or whoever you didn't rate from this game week, you take a dirty shot. You take a good shot if you rate from this game week. It can be your player, it can be any other player. It doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter. My shot will go to Federico Chiesa, man. He has been suffering last season. Slot's just been ignoring him, not giving him any minutes. I know for a fact that Chiesa was not a slot decision last season, but he was our only signing last season because I guess we needed an extra body up front, but we didn't even make use of him like that. But in the FA Cup final, when he came on, he scored for us, came up clutch. And then against Bournemouth as well, he scored like, it was kind of a scruffy volley. I don't know if he meant to hit it like that, but it kind of like with his outside of his boot. But anyways, they had to go in. It was good. He was positioned right and he took it right as well, because those are actually
EFL as well. The goal he scored at EFL in the final.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, you meant League Cup final, not FA Cup final.
Yeah, not FA.
League Cup, sorry, League Cup. I mean, sorry. But yeah, that volley it's a pretty difficult volley to take, just like that, because it dropped down really quick. So shout out Chiesa, I'm really proud of him. I really hope that he gets more minutes. I do feel like if the Isak thing doesn't happen, I don't think like we'll buy another striker. So I think he will be our second striker. Even if the Isak things happens as well, man, let's rotate Chiesa, Ekitike, Isak, man. Let's rotate them. Let's give them minutes, because Chiesa is a hooper, and let's not forget he's been injury ridden the past couple of seasons, but he is a hooper, and so again, really, really happy for him that that he got his goal, man. And it's like a winning goal, and it meant a lot for him, and hope that he stays as well, man. To be honest, let's go over to the chat. I think there's a few shots. Tabo saying a Casamigos. Dob at OT, even after a poor performance. We've been screaming for years. We need a jammy win. We finally got it onwards and upwards. You call that a jammy win? Calm. Name not relevant saying respect DDA, please. Gerald saying Toast. 5 games of Madueke starting. You'll be crying for Martinelli back. Wesley Lima saying he didn't rate Bayern man's weak at set pieces. I know Wesley doesn't drink in it, so he's not taking a shot. He's just getting his shit off. I hear it. Gerald, my shot goes for Joshua Champong. Big season ahead of him. Decent game against Mateta. Few moments, but this guy's ceiling is very, very high. I agree, man. Joshua Champong, remember the name. Liverpool was lurking to grab him, but he signed a contract eventually. But yeah, he had a good game. I liked him. He should represent Ghana as well, man. Kenna, shot for Mo Salah. He has left with a goal and assist in every single open day fixture. Since signing for Liverpool, he scored in 8 of the 9, an all-timer. I hope you agree with that, Tabo. Say my shot is for Lenny Yoro. I expect him to have a standout season. Rooting for the lad. Yeah, he was good. He was good today. Matthijs de Ligt and Lenny Yoro was beating up your forwards. They were beating y'all up. Or now, Toast. Yeah. I love when Toast bumps his face, you know.
Fair. No. Fair. They were.
Matthijs was running it back as well, man. I have a shot for Matthijs de Ligt as well, because he's finally bringing back that Ajax, what we were seeing in that time, in it. He's been bringing it back slowly, but consistency. What's Wesley saying? Motherfuckers head on Battlefield 6. Shout out to my gamers waiting for Mace. We're nearly done, man. We're nearly done. A dirty pint for no name relevant, because a shot ain't enough. That Ugarte is a bum.
It's a bomb.
Stealing wages from the day he arrived at the club, bro. I've not seen a single shred of evidence for him to have been signed. Horrible.
Yeah, bro. He had an open field. There was Embuemo and Ahmad free. Not really free, but you could slip it into them. Donny just saw the goal and thought...
That Partey shot there.
You know what's funny? Yeah, I said I was watching the game with my boy. I said he's gonna shoot. He did. Rosette. Anyways, man, thank you very much. Chat again, been jumpy as always. We're gonna do this from now. This moment onwards, man. There's obviously more other pieces of content to come as well. But obviously, our Premier League weekly recap will be every Sundays, or maybe also every Mondays as well, depending on availability. If you want to be on cam as well and you want to remove yourself from the chat, let us know as well. You'll be put on stage on blast for everyone to see. But if not, yeah, just stick with the chat, man. Spread the word, like and subscribe. Tell people, tell a cousin to tell a cousin. VARBAR, the VBP boys. I am Drew, aka Rapping Drew, and we out.
Peace.
Monday, say peace.
Yeah, shout out the chat once again, man. You guys are doing your thing for real.
Boom.